welcome to my kitchen. You know, I thought I would get on and show you a cooking video today because just like how working out and fitness is just as important to your health, good nutrition is also ranks up there as something that you should be mindful of. And you know, for me, I like simple recipes because I feel like I can you know, keep little things around. If I want to make something, if I want to make something healthy, then I try my best to have certain ingredients to do that. Now, we're going to make 3 ingredient breakfast cookies. What's awesome about this is it's only 3 ingredients. Okay, so all you'll need is 2 ripe bananas, and you can't get more ripe than this. Usually, this is pretty typical. I have 2 leftover bananas from a pack of bananas that I buy at the store. So I usually use these up when I want to make breakfast cookies. You'll need quick oats and chocolate chips to make it kind of sweet. Okay, that's it. That is all you need. All right. So when I say breakfast cookies, you know, you don't have to eat these at breakfast. What's nice about these is that you can have them as a quick little snack and they're guilt-free. Yes, they do have a little chocolate in them to keep them sweet, but you know, if you'd like to go for the dark chocolate to make it a little bit more healthier, you can do that. But for me, because I don't eat big breakfasts, I typically will grab and go things, and I like to take something that I can just put in a paper towel and kind of go. So I did the other day make some breakfast cookies with a couple other bananas I had. So these essentially kind of are what they turn out to look like. Ooh. As they fall. But they're pretty dense and they stay together because of the banana in it. Alright, they really don't taste like banana if you're the type of person that does not like banana flavoring or banana flavored things. You don't have to worry, okay, because it doesn't really taste like banana. Once you mash the bananas up, add the oats, and then add the chocolate chips, the banana acts as kind of that binding agent to kind of keep everything together. So the oats are packed with fiber. So again, if you are the type that you don't eat a big breakfast but you want something to tide you over till lunch, this is perfect. But also it's something healthy that again you're not going to feel very guilty about. So we're actually going to start with the bananas. So it calls for 2 ripe bananas. So we're just going to take these out and start from the bottom, and that'll help me open it a little bit easier. And I normally don't let them get this dark, but they're still good. They just have a little bit more sugar in them, so we're going to add those to our bowl. You'll need a bowl as well. Okay. Alright, put that to the side. I'll throw that away. Now my second banana. Little fun fact, monkeys open bananas from the bottom because they're easier. Okay, adding that. Awesome. So now what you have are 2 bananas in a bowl that you have to mash up. So you can use a fork. I like to use a potato masher just because I think it covers a little bit more surface area at a time and it goes a little bit quicker. Not that speed is you know, something I'm worried about, or timing something I'm worried about, but you know, if you want something done in a little bit quicker of a fashion, then yeah, do the potato masher, but a fork works just as good. Alright, it's going to take a little bit longer. Alright, the only downside is it does get kind of stuck on the top of the potato masher and you just gotta hit it off there for a little bit. So once you have kind of a nice banana mush, you're good to go. I'll show you what that looks like. Put that aside. So you get a nice banana mush in here. You're going to add your oats. Okay, so I always have these on hand, as I said, just so if I have 2 extra bananas, I can whip these up pretty quickly. Calls for 1 1/4, or let's see, 1 3/4 cup of oats. Now I do have my 1 cup here. For some reason, I cannot find my 3/4 cup. Move this over here so you guys can see. And it's okay to just, for this recipe, it is perfectly okay to eyeball it. All right, you're never gonna have too many. So I'm going to like still continue to use the 1 cup measuring cup, and I'm just not gonna fill it all the way to the top. So I'm gonna have kind of my 3/4 measured out that way. All right, before I add the chocolate chips, I am going to stir this together, okay? So I'm going to get a nice tablespoon, and I'm just going to combine the ingredients. And feel free, mush it in there. Mush those oats to bind with that banana. I do have the oven preheating at 350 degrees, so I did that very first thing. That way that's out of the way, that's heating up while I make this up. And also very important, I did wash my hands. Good hygiene practice is always good, especially this time of year. All right, so now what I have? I have the oats combined with the banana. You can kind of see it's not moving. It's kind of sticking together. That's what we want. Okay, from there, what we're gonna do, we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of chocolate chips. Now, this is, as I said, this is good to eyeball. I like it a little bit more chocolatey, so I'm just going to pour till I think it's good. All right, I think that's pretty good. And then I'm gonna stir this together. So that way, every cookie that I have a little bit of chocolate in each bite. I'm gonna add a little bit more. All right, so now what you have, again, mix that together. It shouldn't go anywhere. You've got nice kind of an oat paste with chocolate chips mixed in there. I've already prepared my pan. You can either, I went ahead and purchased this a long time ago. It is a baking mat that you can use for cookies, like we're using here, regular like chocolate chip cookies, cinnamon rolls. What's nice about this is you can just take this off, wash this alone. This is dishwasher safe. And then just wipe your pan down and put it away. You don't really have to scrub your pan and take your pan, you know, rinse it and soak it to get all the grease off of it. So this is what's nice. I'm using this. Parchment paper is also really good to use in situations like this. That way your cookies don't stick to the pan and you've got kind of something nice to just clean up and throw away. All right, so I'm going to continue to use this tablespoon. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab a big scoop, kind of press it against the side of the bowl, and then I'm going to use my hands to kind of create like a nice little cookie form. All right, kind of in the shape of the spoon. I'm going to take it off, and I'm just going to kind of keep it together, make sure it's binded together nicely. I'm going to do another scoop. And I like these, you want these kind of bigger, all right? I mean, make it to the size that you want it, that you think is reasonable, okay? Because these cookies won't spread out as they bake, okay? They will basically harden, and the banana in it is just what's going to keep the oats together, as I had said. So I like a typical breakfast cookie shape, what you can typically buy at the store. So I want to make it worthwhile. I don't typically eat more than 2 or 3 if I'm going to take them to go for breakfast. Take that off. Again, mush it together, make sure it's nice and good. Put that on my pan. And then once I get all these on here, guys, then I'm going to show you kind of what they look like and how they're going to look when they come out of the pan. Okay. These will typically make anywhere, depending on the size that you form them to, 8 to about 15 cookies. That one's a little big, so I'm going to take a little off, and I'm just going to mash the difference together. This is also why it's important to wash your hands, all right, because if you're going to be sharing these cookies with somebody else, you don't want to get them sick. Okay. I don't remember if I said this, but this is a tasty recipe that I found years ago, and I've just kind of added it to my recipe book. as something to keep on hand for, as I said, you know, days that I have leftover ingredients that I want to use up before they go bad. And it's 3 ingredients. You know, you can't beat that. That's cooking made easy. Okay. Alright, starting running out of room, but that's okay. I'm going to just turn these sideways. This one has a lot of chocolate chips in it. I'm all about that. And then we have enough for about 1 more. Our oven is already ready, so once I get all of these on the pan, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you kind of what they look like. They'll almost look the exact same when they come out of the oven. Big major difference is that they're just a little bit more golden. They harden, which is nice. You want them to. That way you don't have it falling apart on you as you eat it. Alright, last little bit here. I bet I can make this, add this to a couple other cookies, otherwise I got a little runt here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to add it to a couple small ones that are already on the pan. Alright, I'm going to quick wash my hands, and then I'm going to show you what this looks like. They're going to go in the oven for about, you know, 15 to 20 minutes. I know my oven pretty well, so I typically like to go meet in the middle a little bit and go for about 17 to 18 minutes. Okay, and then just kind of eyeball it if you don't think it's done. I mean, feel free to poke at it once the timer goes off if you like to stay on like the lower end. You know, test it out, check the bottom. If the bottom is getting a little bit too brown, then it's probably time to come out. Okay. So here's what they look like, guys. As I said, they look pretty similar to how they looked when I formed them on the spoon. I've got the oven preheated to 350, so we're going to put them in. All right. That. And as I said, I'm going to set my timer, and I like to go for about 17 minutes. 15 to 20 is the average. I like to meet in the middle, and we'll meet back up here when these are done so you can see how they look. Looking good. So as you can kind of see, they're firm. They're not going to fall apart on you. We're going to take this out. And there you have it, guys. You just kind of look underneath. See, they're kind of golden, nice golden brown. That's what you want to see. And they're firm. All right, guys. Those are my 3 ingredient breakfast cookies. Enjoy.